Greetings, my name is Brianna Dove, and today I will be presenting on the West Indian language situation for my B.Ed program under the course EDLA 2104. I will pay special attention to Trinidad and Tobago. This presentation will focus on teachers' considerations for teaching and learning in the context of our students' speech patterns, especially the use of Trinidadian Creole as compared to Standard English. I will draw on relevant concepts from English language arts, insights from the literature, and some of my own experiences. Understanding the language situation. Trinidad and Tobago is characterized by diglossia. This is where two language varieties exist side by side and are used in different contexts. In TNT, Trinidadian Creole is often used in informal settings, while Standard English is used in formal and academic contexts. As James highlights, many Trinidadians reject the idea that they speak dialect, preferring instead to recognize our speech as a legitimate system. However, there is still the perception that Creole is broken or bad English. This belief can affect students' confidence and the way teachers approach learning and teaching. For teachers of English language arts, it is crucial to acknowledge that students enter the classroom with different language abilities that are all very rich and valid. According to Craig, Creole languages are rule-governed systems, not inferior forms of English. Therefore, dismissing Creole as wrong can alienate learners and create barriers to engagement. Teacher considerations in the classroom. One reason I feel strongly about this topic is because of my own experience. When I was in primary school, I had a teacher who insisted that we only speak what she called quote-unquote proper English in her classroom. If she ever heard us using Creole, she would punish us by making us write lines of the same phrase over and over in Standard English. This made me fearful of using Creole in school for a very long time. I believed that my natural way of speaking was wrong. It was only when I went to secondary school and had a wonderful English teacher that I began to understand that Creole is part of my heritage, my culture, and my family. That helped me to appreciate both Creole and Standard English in a healthier way. This experience shows me why teachers' attitudes matter so much. So with that in mind, here are some teachers' considerations in the classrooms. Valuing students' home language. Teachers must validate the Creole as part of students' identity. Using students' home language as a bridge to Standard English promotes inclusion. Code switching and code meshing. Students often shift between Creole and Standard English depending on context. Teachers can explicitly teach code switching skills that will help students recognize when Standard English is required for academic or professional purposes. Code meshing, this is using both varieties strategically. This can also support creativity in writing and oral expression. Instructional strategies. Contrastive analysis. This is comparing Creole and Standard English structures so students see patterns and not mistakes. Literature integration. Using text written in Creole alongside Standard English so students can appreciate both. Dialogic teaching. This is encouraging discussions in students' natural speech, then scaffolding them towards Standard English. Affective considerations. Teachers must foster self-confidence by affirming students' voices. Mocking or penalizing Creole use discourages participation and reduces engagement. Instead, teachers should try to build a safe space where both language varieties are seen as assets. Implications for teaching and learning. Some implications are equity in education. Students from working class backgrounds who use Creole more frequently should not be disadvantaged. Academic performance. When teachers connect home language to school language, students develop literacy more effectively. Cultural identity. Respecting Creole affirms students' identities, which enhances engagement and motivation. My own journey shows that when teachers embrace rather than reject Creole, students like myself feel more empowered learn standard English without feeling like they are losing a part of themselves. In conclusion, the West Indian language situation presents both challenges and opportunities for teaching. Teachers must be mindful of the sociolinguistic realities of our classrooms, using strategies such as code switching, contrastive analysis, and inclusive pedagogy. By doing so, we can ensure that students develop competence in standard English while also valuing their Creole heritage. As teachers, our role is not only to teach language, but to validate identity and empower learners.